Shalom. All praise is due to Yahweh Bashem, Yahushua Bashem, Kakadash. To say double honor to the Apostle Elders, a great millstone who teaches Spurgeon City in truth in these last days. This is Brother Wasip from the GMS Toronto camp. Just gonna get into about the lawlessness and the wax cold of the lawlessness and morals of the people of this place, Babylon the Great, which is mainly America, but all throughout the whole earth has adopted its customs and carry on its customs, right?
Come racing down my street, masks on, ready to take the car out of the driveway. Surprise, surprise, at 12:30, the two police cars are there. The chase is on. So they chase him. One guy runs out, takes off. They capture him, and they catch these other guys. But just imagine all the unfortunate people that don't have security there at their house.
Right.
With masks on, and they had all the tools ready to break in and everything, and guess what's going to happen? They're going to be back out. Why don't you guys come over for a barbecue tonight? I'll take care of you better than the police. And thank God the police got you, and I never did. Anyways, that's my rant. I'm sick and tired of the weak justice system that we have. They have to get a backbone.
I agree.
We need to start throwing these people in jail.
100%.
This is turning into a lawless society.
100%.
That's my rant, and that's it.
Not becoming a...
So this place is lawless because of the people that are in power. That's the main focus, right? Why? Because it's time for Esau to rule, and it's time for him to be thrown out of power. Now, I'm gonna grab this script. I don't want this to be anything like this. You know what? Let's go to Isaiah. Okay, this is Isaiah 10 and 1. It says, "Woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed." So we already don't know that they already put their grievousness throughout the whole earth, right? They put their grievances throughout the whole earth and brought forth wickedness. So that's what they're gonna reap. So the lawlessness, they can't adopt that, because that's not about them. The righteousness is not in their bones. They go into the ways of Cain, and that's their MO. That's their way of life, is to do what thou wilt, and just make shit up. But they do have knowledge of the scriptures and the laws that has been set in stone, and the ancient customs. So they know that, but they take things and turn it into their own adoptions, and make it look like they're the ones who created that, when that's not so. They're culture vultures. Verse 2 says, "Turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless," which is dealing with the whole house of Israel. All right, whoever they may be scattered. Verse 3, "And what will ye do in the day of visitation, and in the day of desolation, which shall come from far," which is from another realm, right? where Yahweh Shai dwells. He's coming back to execute his righteous judgment. And what will he do in the day of vegetation and in the desolation which shall come from far? To whom will ye flee for help? And where will ye leave your glory? Verse 4, without me they shall bow down under the prisoners, and they shall fall under the slain. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his power, his hand, is stretched out still. So the Most High is, even though it looks like he's not doing his judgment executing it upon the wicked, it's stored up for the day of evil. Right, so it's one big lump sum that you Edomites, Esau in general, the whole house of Esau is going to be paid back in full, and the same thing with the whole house of Israel that's not doing righteousness, the Heavenly Father's righteousness, right? So you're gonna get those tallies will be paid in full down the road, and that's at the door. It's not right around the corner or wherever, it's not over the bush and all this shit. It's at the door. Okay, now continuing from here, I'm going to try this. Because these people, or the video that showed you, is people that are in power. They're not exempt from the judgment that's coming from Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai. So you guys are gonna, catch a full blunt of the stick, because you've been doing a whole lot of stuff that nobody sees out in the open, but you write things into legislation, and you have certain councils that perpetuate or fulfill the deeds to be executed. So y'all have a major part to play. Now, let's see. All right. So Job 20 and 22, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Straits represents hard time. Now let me this. It says here, Hebrew word yashar. Yashar. Yasar. To bind, be distressed, be in distress, be cramped, be narrow, be scant, be in straits, make narrow, cause distress, besiege, to suffer distress. So it's a time of suffering, great suffering. This is about payback. Now it says here, primitive root, to press, interest, intransitive, be narrow, figuratively, be in distress, be narrow, be straightened, be vexed. Yeah, because things ain't going to be going your way. So you can be, it says even more here. Bind, tie up, be restricted, narrow, scant, cramped. Yeah, so you're not going to have that flexibility anymore. You're going to have that, you're not going to be in a lively state anymore. You're going to be in you're gonna be in a straitjacket mentally, right? Because of the situation that your perplexities that's coming up on you. You're not gonna be freely to go where you want to go and do what you want to do because you're not in a position of having power anymore. You're in a position of losing power. Now let's go back. Again, Job 20 and 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So while he's in a position of getting his goods, right? Right, he's eating, so he's in a position of power. You know what? I can go into that too. Lahum. Intestines, bowels, meaning uncertain. Food, something eaten. Lakum, passive participable. Properly eaten, i.e. food, also flesh, body, while is eating flesh. Perhaps intestine, bowels, meaning not wholly certain, compared together, pressed together. Their blood shall be poured out like he's in a feast mode. That's what it is. It's just like in the days of Noah. They shall be eating and drinking. Right? That's yeah. I might have to grab that because that's important. Eating and drinking. Let me see if I can grab that after. So it says, verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him too. And we're in those days of hypersonic missile and weapons of indignation that the Heavenly Father has created, made the smith that blow through the fire. Blow the coals through the fire, which is Isaiah 58, right? Okay, go back to if we have to come back, we'll come back. Figure this one out. See if I can get this one. Let's see if we can find it here. No. Oh, here it is. Boom. Okay, so it says here, Matthew 24:38, for as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So everybody all died. So shall the coming of the Son of Man be. So the same way how the flood happened, with the whole world being filled up with water, right? All over. So the same way how the Heavenly Father is going to use the nukes to hit certain parts on the earth with the thermonuclear good destruction, right? So let me read it in NLT too. It says, in those days before the flood, the people were enjoying banquets and parties and weddings, right up to the time Noah entered his boat. Right? People didn't realize what was going to happen until the flood came and swept them all away. That is the way it will be when the Son of Man comes. Two men will be working together in a field, and one will be taken and the other left. Two women will be grinding flour at the mill, and one will be taken, the other left. So you too must keep watch, for you don't know what day your Lord is coming. That's right. So you don't know what time the thief is going to come into your house, barge in, break in, and whatnot. You're supposed to be exercising your mind, the scenario in all fashions, right? So you prepare. You, as the prophets are preparing and telling you the situation scenarios that are going on that is intertwining with the prophecies that is written of old, right? And they're coming out to play. They're being enacted out throughout throughout the earth on a daily basis, right? And it's gearing up to those to the time, because we're already at in the times, you know. Can't there's not gonna turn back, because every father even says that, you know, he's not gonna turn back on plagues, man. And the plagues is geared to the prophecy unfolding, right? So you can't sway away from it. It's inevitable, right? Let me see what else I can find here. Oh, okay, I'll read one more here. It says 43, it says, understand this. If a homeowner knew exactly when a burglar was coming, he would keep watch and not permit his house to be broken into. So that's the same thing I had here with Dougie, all right? Dougie Ford, I'll play it again. Oh, man. Fuck it. Let's see here. I'll go here. I'll go back to the video and find it.
So, four thugs come racing down my street, masks on, ready to take the car out of the driveway. Surprise, surprise, at 12:30, the two police cars are there. The chase is on. So they chase him. One guy runs out, takes off. They capture him, and they catch these other guys. But just imagine all the unfortunate people that don't have security there at their house.
Right.
With masks on, and they had all the tools ready to break in and everything, you know, and guess what's going to happen? They're going to be back out. Why don't you guys come over for a barbecue tonight? You know, I'll take care of you better than the police. And thank God the police got you, and I never did. Anyways, that's my rant. I'm sick and tired of the weak justice system that we have. They have to get a backbone, and we need to start throwing these people in jail.
100%.
This is turning into a lawless society.
100%.
That's my rant, and that's it.
We're not becoming a lawless country. Let me.
So, you know, you're supposed to keep watch. So he wasn't watching, but he's being he's in a carnal state of mind, because he's an Edomite, right? Now, for our people that are in lackadaisy, they're in a dream catatonic state of mind, because of the teas and, you know, the distractions. And you got a cell phone, you got a house, you got this, you got a pension, you got, you know, all these so-called promises for you. But what happens when you die? You don't get nothing out of that shit. It goes straight back to Esau. And if you don't have a trust and all these fucking things, even in the trust, it flips on you. That it won't even go to your youths and all of that. So this place is not no safe zone or safety net. It's a fuck up net. It's a gin and a snare, right? That's exactly what it is. There's no safety net. This place is not a safety net. That's why I'm probably name this video. All right. Don't think for this place to be a safety net. It's a gin and a snare. Gin and a snare for your despair. Let me see. I'll finish it off here. It says, verse 43, it says, understand this. If a homeowner knew exactly when a burglar was coming, he would keep watch and not permit his house to be broken into. You also must be ready. Be ready all the time, for the Son of Man will come when least expected. So with that, I'm just gonna end off here and keep on coming with more on the fly. Shabbat Shalom, Yahweh Shemi Oshai. Double honors to Apostle Ellis, a great millstone, and Shalom to the whole fellowship.